So today we've come to the Sorrento Museum for a look. So we've come for a look around the Sorrento Museum. In the room. The black might be morning clothes, but it doesn't actually say. It's christening. Baby's clothes. Victoria plate, Queen Elizabeth coronation stuff. Some old stuff in here. Shadow out. Sewing machines. Who didn't want one of those? Yep. Oh, clothes. Wedding gowns. Pink one. This is only the entrance. A lot here, more than I thought there'd be. Families that lived here. If anyone has any family from Sorrento and area, an interesting place for you to visit. Look at this. Doesn't love a model. Model of a lime kiln. Limestones everywhere. Right, time to venture on. Need to be some ships in here. What's this? A staircase.
So I love that story.
From
we have people coming in, Convicts Unbound is a great big book on all the convicts who were on the Calcutta when it docked here in Melbourne, when it began in Melbourne. And I know I'll get you some relatives from Calcutta. Yes, I've labelled some of them. Three Hay brothers who married three girls, and I was thinking for them. Yeah, well, Persian was going to say, because France was then.
It was founded in 1977.
on what
So
boat?
the French had to go back to France.
Craigburn.
Wreck? Craigburn.
Wreck of the Craigburn sank in 1891.
So it's all this from that? All this from that wreck, is it?
Nah, it's all different stuff, all in different boats.
Yeah.
Jesus, crazy, yeah.
Yes, well,
So that makes him solo, doesn't it?
yes. And he went back to, he did
They've done fine.
because he would have got another commission on another boat. So, that was stuff.
That's when it's sunk.
Yeah, he was the main guy.
The old writing.
John Pastor Faulkner, he went on, he didn't get disheartened about Melbourne. He started to write a paper, news of the day. So every day until he got a printing press.
The old potty. The thing about Dunnies. The old potty.
He might have 5 copies or whatever, just for the assistant or whoever we think of it. Yeah. So,
Colour is natural. Yeah.
they're only photos. It is just I love it.
First is Colour.
Oh, yes, it's John Pastor Faulkner, of course. He's going to write about himself, isn't he?
Yes, yes.
And he said about the heads of the quarantine, before it was a quarantine station, the heads were army, like they were to protect us from the
We
enemy.
were told the other day it was the quarantine station first and then the army came in, and she's saying it's the other way around.
Also shot from a
Wonder which way it is.
The first shot was against the Napoleonic, wasn't it?
I'm listening to that lady in the background, by the way.
Actually, he didn't end up being like Bruce Bell was way out of line. A German submarine that came through the heads.
I think it was a quarantine
And it was
post,
just before the outbreak.
because that was right before the diseases coming before the war. People need to get their stories right.
They're pretty crazy idea of trying to do something like that. And we just come all the way from Warrnambool. So we looked at the shipwrecks all the way through Warrnambool, all the way down on the coast. And to get something like that out there with no motorway to push it away from the rocks and stuff, it was crazy. They were always having smashed up. It was a one-way trip.
Well, we just learnt about this William Buckley. He was a convict when he came out to Australia in 1803, and he is the man that lived with the Aboriginals in a cave at Point Lonsdale. So it's funny how you travel around, you hear stories and you read things about travellers or people in the past, and I pieced that together. So he lived, yeah. She was also telling, I should have had the video going, but that is the first settlement here in Victoria at Sorrento.
You tell me about Buckley's though?
Oh, no, you can say that.
How's this? His name's William Buckley. And he was supposed to go from here to Sydney, and he followed the coast around this way instead of going up that way to Sydney. So he went around right around this way over towards Warrnambool. And now they're saying Buckley's, you got Buckley's chance of making it.
Buckley's hope, yeah,
Come from Buckley.
come from him because
We
he
just
had
learned that
Buckley's
today.
chance of making it to Sydney going that way.
He went the wrong way.
He went the wrong way.
Buckley's hope.
And he met up with the Aboriginals over at Port Lonsdale, lived in a cave. And they thought he was a spirit or something, because he had a spear and he was standing on their sacred ground. So, interesting. Anyway, see on and have a bit of a look. Another photo of a lady wearing it. The old comb for the hair. Elizabeth costume. History.
There's the Portsea Hotel, and we went to the other
Hang on. We went for tea at the Portsea Hotel Thursday night before we did the ghost tour.
That's about 1920. That photo.
Oh yeah, there's information there. Hotel information. So this is Watts Cottage. We just
Yeah, where they came from. It wasn't always here, this building. This is how the workmen lived. Here's the guy who built it, John Watts. He was he'd remained a sailor, and he jumped ship. And he sort of did a bit of bullocking and Christ knows what, and finished up here. And he married the girl Skelton, and I was telling her husband that was the girl Skelton who was sitting on the seat there. Very, very, very old family in the area, and she's related, and she can remember attending this cottage. And
come into this little cottage.
Yeah, well, they didn't have wall boards in those
Cottage.
days. They came 30 years later.
Colin's telling us all
And,
about it.
7 kids were born in here, and 2 down at Skelton's Beach. And they had no mobile phones in those days. One source of heat.
Bedroom, bathroom.
And do everything on that, you cook, you iron,
Yeah, well,
boil your water for your
Irons
belly.
and hot water, and also you'll notice there's no ceiling, so the heat used to go over into the bedroom.
You need it in the winter around here.
Oh yeah, and that's the
That's
original
low.
cups the kids had.
$5 each to get in, and we even got a little a little tour. All right, let's go.